Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in this session. Today, we're going to be talking about building the ultimate account-based everything playbook. My name is Brandon Redlinger, and I am the Director of Growth here at Engagio. And Engagio is the account-based marketing and sales platform that really helps teams measure account engagement, identify the right people to go after, and then orchestrate that multi-touch, multi-channel, multiplayer human interaction. A little bit more about what that actually means, but we have a lot to cover today. Today, we're going to be talking about the 5 elements of effective playbooks. We're going to be talking about the types of plays your team and your organization should be running. And then we're going to give you an insight into Engagio's playbook. We're going to open up our playbook and show you plays that we are currently running live and seeing some great results with step by step right now. All right. So with that said, the 5 elements of play orchestration. So really quickly, let's just touch base on, what does it mean to orchestrate a play? So a play is a series of steps that orchestrates interaction across departments and channels to achieve a business purpose for one or more buying centers at target accounts. So pre-designed plays are a great way to really ensure that all team members, sales, marketing, and success, follow best practices as they lead the customer down the buying process from the very first touch all the way to the very last interaction. So the key elements that we'll be diving in the first section here, we're talking about the players, who should be involved, the touches, how many, the channels, which ones, timing, so this is the flow, and then content, what should we be saying? All right, let's dive right in. The first element here are the players. So in her book, Whale Hunting with Global Accounts, which is a fantastic book, by the way. If you haven't picked that up, definitely read that. The author, Barbara Weaver-Smith, makes a pretty strong point that today's buyers want to meet subject matter experts and executives and everyone from the team. So that really begs the question, if people want to buy from the entire team, why do we only expose them to certain members during certain times in the process? That's why we call it account-based everything. It's not just a marketing campaign. It's not just a sales campaign. It's a strategic business initiative. So that means getting executives involved. So they'll provide vision and contribute at key times, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like on our end in a little bit. Marketing finds and nurtures the contacts and delivers key insights. Sales development qualifies and really sets the stage. Sales consulting gives a great demo. Account executives, they're there to negotiate and close the business, and then customer success, they are really there to onboard and train and really retain those customers. And then once you have everyone on your side, you have to map everyone on the other team's side. This is the other side of the field. And the key is to discover and map the important roles inside every buying team. So it could look something like this. You could have the initiator. This is the person on their team who starts the evaluation process. Then the decision maker. So this is the person who actually makes the purchasing decision. You have the buyer who selects the suppliers and kind of manages the buying process. You have influencers. These people are really there to contribute to the specifications and evaluation. So they don't actually do the buying, but they have the power to say no. And then the users, who actually, of course, use your product, and gatekeepers are often overlooked. These are people who really control the flow of information in and out of the company. All right, so this second point here, the second element is the number of touches, and this is kind of a real hot button issue for me. Without going on too much of a rant, here's why I think a lot of experts are dead wrong. So there are a lot of people out there just promoting mediocrity. Here's what I mean. The average number of sales emails it takes to get a reply is 9.2. All these experts have different numbers that they say you have to send 10 emails, 9.2 emails out to get a reply, but I think that's bullshit. You'll notice that number every year just keeps going up. And you might ask why. I think it's because reps have really taken advantage of technology. Technology is great, but they've ended up blasting prospects with these generic messages. And since experts are saying you need 10 emails, then they start blasting 10 really generic, terrible emails, which just perpetuates the problem, and that number keeps creeping up. So if you're doing real account-based everything, you're going to be doing your research, you're finding insights, and you're delivering personal, relevant messages. So you should be using technology to get the right information, deliver that information, and deliver that message. So that number should be going down, not up. It's going in the wrong direction. And technology should enhance the process. It shouldn't take away the human element. So to kind of illustrate the point here, we have rep A, who does your standard double tap, your call email, call email, call email, call email. And we have rep B, who's actually doing a few different things. So this illustrates the point that not all touches are created equal. So we have some ad retargeting, then we have a call email, then we have some social, maybe some forums or conversations or group discussions, and then we have another call email. Right? So guess which one of these reps is going to be seen as the annoying pest and which one is going to be seen as the welcome guest, the expert. Which just leads me to the next point here, which is channel diversity. Number 3, you have to really pick your channels wisely. Call, email, and social really just are table stakes these days. If you're, again, doing real account-based everything, you have to diversify your channel. So you must choose your channels wisely. And if you respect the prospect and you respect the channel itself, you'll go far. So these are a few that we've been playing around with and seeing some great results, but you got to really figure out what's going to work for you, and you got to know your buyer. So for example, if you're selling into the financial industry, a lot of those executives are on Wall Street, gray-haired, and they are not on Snapchat, so never try to use Snapchat with them, right? However, on the other side of things, if you are selling to the younger generation, Snapchat's a great place to try. I love this quote. One of my mentors used to say the difference between lettuce and garbage is timing. So timing's key, right? And I think also here, I think a lot of experts are leading us astray as well. So we got to be careful. There's always a new study that says Tuesday at 10 a.m. is the best time to send emails. And then guess what time? Everyone starts sending out emails. And guess what time thus becomes the worst time to send emails? Tuesday at 10 a.m. So we got to be careful there. And I think the real the message here is know your buyer, right? So obviously not every message is going to land at Tuesday at 10 a.m. That might land well for it might be associate level people, but you're never going to catch a busy CEO at that time. So figuring out who your buyer is will actually kind of inform you on time of day and day of week. But I think the biggest thing here is to really test, see what works for you and your buyer and your situation. And then the last element that I want to cover really quickly is the content. So you have different levels of content and personalization for different tiers of accounts. So we take a tiered approach. And a rule of thumb for us is, our tier 1 high value targets, they're high priority, so they get high personalization. Tier 2, they're medium priority, they'll get medium personalization. And tier 3, they're lower priority, so they'll get less personalization. So you see it's a spectrum. But no matter where you are on that spectrum, you still have to follow principles of good emails, right? No matter where you are on the spectrum, you still have to send emails that sound like a human. Don't sound like a salesperson. Don't sound like a, just marketing robot speak, right? Keep it short and concise. Don't use 20 words when 10 will do. And really have a one single, clear and reasonable call to action. There's actually a lot that goes into this. But main takeaway here is I love this quote by John Barrows. The phrase "just touching base, just checking in" are two of the most meaningless phrases in sales. It means there's no reason for your call. Therefore, no reason for me to talk to you. Yes, well said, John. So the touching base email, you have to avoid this. What can you do instead? Re-emphasize business value. It's all about what you can do for your prospects. Find a way to show them value. Talk to their pain points. Offer insights. Make it about them and their benefits. It could be, sharing a different way to approach a business problem or a new novel idea on how they can reach their goals, that sort of thing. Education. Don't pitch them on every single follow-up. Instead, offer a valuable piece of content, whether it's a white paper, ebook, webinar recording, et cetera, et cetera. And then another great way to show up is share some news. Why do you think social media is so addictive? One of the reasons is people want to stay up and relevant on the news. They don't want to miss out what's going on in their network, in their industry. So share that with them. So as I said, a lot goes into the content of your email, and we teamed up with Sales Hacker to bring you how to not send really crappy cold emails. This book is filled with experts and critiquing real live emails and teaching you what to do and what not to do. You can get that for free at engagio.com/crappy-email-ebook. All right. On to the next section. We're going to be digging into the types of plays. So here we're going to identify several categories and types of plays that you will likely want to have in your playbook. And we've categorized these plays by department that primarily owns the play. So sales and sales development, marketing, and customer success. So for example, if sales decides, hey, we should run the deal acceleration play at Acme Company, then we've categorized this play under sales. So we have these current sales plays in our ebook, or in our current playbook. We have a core prospecting play. We have a door opener play, trigger event play, deal acceleration play. And again, these are plays that are designed to be run and picked at very specific times. So I'll show you when you would manually trigger one of these plays, or when you would rely on an automatic trigger to launch one of these plays when we get into some of our examples ourselves. All right, so we also have some marketing plays, live event plays. So this could be an invite to a webinar, an invite to a dinner, or to set up a meeting at, say, for example, Dreamforce or SaaStr coming up, or Revenue Summit. And then we have upsell, cross-sell plays. So for this one falls under marketing, because marketing was the main driver of this play. For you, if you have full cycle reps, this might fall under sales. If your account management team falls under success, this might be under success. But for us, this one falls under marketing. We have customer advocacy and customer marketing plays. So to get things like testimonials and case studies and surprise and delight plays. We have a lot of really cool Engagio swag here. So we like to send those out to the right people at the right time and create some delight, some surprise out there. And it gets a lot of people talking. And then we also have our customer success plays. And these are definitely key plays too that you need in your playbook. So we have user onboarding plays and plays to make sure the renewals happen. We have plays to prevent churn. These are all plays that are clearly defined on how to solve each particular problem. All right, so now we're diving into some of our examples. These are examples directly from the Engagio playbook. So first, we'll start off with a core prospecting play. So core prospecting plays, this is a true multi-channel, multi-touch, multiplayer play. And creativity here is definitely going to be a huge plus for you. This particular play is manually launched. So you decide you want to go out and try to break into a certain account. You're going to manually launch this 12-step play. Players on our side are the ADR, the marketing team or marketing rep. You have our CEO, and then on the other side of the table, on the other side of the field, rather, we have the head of marketing, head of sales, and head of sales development. Now, quick note here. Those are a few of our key personas, and they might not be yours. But if you are, for example, in the HR space, you might, every time you see head of marketing, instead swap that out with head of HR. Every time you see head of sales, swap that out with, hiring manager, whatever makes most sense for you. But these plays are designed so that you can actually plug and play a lot of these right away. So let's actually dive right into them. So we have this play starts out with awareness ads. So these are really top of funnel awareness, not meant to be super flashy or draw a lot of attention. And they're launched to the entire account 2 weeks before we actually do any direct interaction with them. Then we're gonna send a direct mail package to the key personas and address specific people within those package or within that package. So we have, our really cool Engagio socks with names on the socks to be delivered to those specific people, which, yes, you guessed it, it's the head of sales development and head of sales, which is the first email that goes out right away as soon as we send that package. It's saying, hey, we got something cool we're sending your way, keep your eye out for it. And of course, messaging to marketing is different than it is to sales, so we actually send a separate email right away to head of marketing. And then we have a checklist to make sure the package got delivered. If delivered, then we will turn around and make a call directly to the head of sales. If no answer, also to the head of marketing. So still no answer, then we're going to, so this one's a really cool and interesting touch here. It's a LinkedIn profile view. We're not doing anything except viewing their profile. Now, we all love to go see who has viewed our LinkedIn profiles. And your prospects are definitely doing the same thing. So when our CEO then lands on their LinkedIn profile, they can see that, oh, John Miller just looked at my LinkedIn profile. It gets their attention a little bit, right? And then you see a day later, they actually get that email from John. And I'll show you exactly what that email looks like in a little bit to show you how involved our CEO gets without having to spend too much of his time on all of these plays. So still no answer, then we're gonna go ahead and turn around with a call, and then a social touch and a personal video. We use Vidyard's extension, Chrome extension, Viewed It, a great way to shoot off some really personal emails pretty quickly. And then we'll do a reply over a threaded email. We're going to wait a few more days, still no interaction. We're going to go ahead and give them a call. And if not, we're going to go ahead and launch this play with other key contacts. Now, this is what the play looks like. This is what the touch looks like from John. It's short, it's concise, it's something that a CEO would in fact send. It's not this long email, it's not a big sales pitch, it's not marketing speak either. This looks like our CEO sat down and specifically wrote this out for one individual person in mind. So that's the kind of emails that we're talking about here. All right, so next play, the mutual connection play. So obviously leveraging your network is one of the best ways and quickest, easiest ways to get in and open doors at new accounts. So this is our mutual prospecting play. It's manually launched when you find a mutual connection from your team, from maybe an executive at your team, and you want to actually go break into that account. So this is a 9-step play. We have our ADR, then we have the executive with that connection, and then we have that contact, that one connection. I'll show you what that email looks like here in a second as well. But as you can see, the first touch this time comes from the CEO, CCs our ADR, so our ADR can later easily thread that or reply to that email. So we have that email, then we have a call 1 day later, we wait 3 days. That's the reply step, that's the threaded email. And then no answer, we'll go ahead, actually, those should be flipped. Should be phone first, then that threaded email. Then we'll do a LinkedIn touch. And then we're also testing out Coffee Sender on this one. Coffee Senders are, who doesn't love coffee delivered to them, right? It's been getting some great results. That's 3 days later. We'll wait another 2 days, followed up with a phone call, another social touch, and then end it with a final email. This one is not threaded, by the way. All right, so this is what the first email looks like. Now, the ADR is actually the one that goes in, finds the connection, customizes the content, and actually builds that bridge, and all our CEO has to do is go in and hit send. So, not that much work from the CEO. The ADR is doing a lot of that work, so it looks like a personalized touch from our CEO. This is what it looks like when it lands in someone's inbox. Very relevant, very personalized email that is going to get replies. All right, last play I want to show you, because we're coming up on time here, is the marketing qualified account play. So a marketing qualified account is an account that reaches a certain threshold of engagement. So we don't go by marketing qualified leads, we go by accounts. We're very account-based and account-centric here. So this is a true sales and marketing alignment play where it's crucial for you guys to be on the same page here. But this is an auto-trigger play. It's 12 steps. We get our ADR involved, a VP of sales, and our CEO. And on their side, again, two of our main key personas are head of sales and head of sales development or demand gen or whatever it may be at that account. We started off with ADR research. So this is after they become qualified. This is a triggered play, triggered off of the qualification when they reach that score or that engagement threshold. We'll make sure our ADRs do the research before they do their outreach. They'll call, then their email. Here's another LinkedIn profile view, followed by a ghost call. So this time they call, no answer, hang up right away, no voicemail. Then they call again, no answer, no voicemail. Then it goes right to the next player, and we call them right away. So we will leave a voicemail for this one and say, I'm going to follow up with this email. Look for this subject line. That's how we set that one up. Still no answer. 2 days later, an email. Then we'll do a LinkedIn touch, an email reply, and then a final email and a final video message. So those are some plays directly from our playbook. This is what a call script or some call notes may look like. And the thing I want to point you to is having the key company data there at the bottom. That actually pulls directly in from Salesforce and Marketo, and that prevents reps from having to switch tabs and doing searches and just wasting extra time. So this really streamlines the sales workflow. We are out of time, but there is plenty more where that came from. We are actually putting the final touches on the Engagio playbook. These are all of the plays that we currently have and that we are running and the latest versions of them. So we are holding nothing back in this playbook. We're going to show you all of the steps, reveal all the templates, give you all of the scripts that we are currently using. Now, again, it's not quite done yet. It'll be out in the next week or two, but if you head over to engagio.com/ABE-playbook, throw your email in there and we will make sure that you get all of those plays. Again, that's over 15 plays. It's actually 16 plays. So head on over to engagio.com/ABE-ebook. And that'll do it for me today. Again, this is Brandon Redlinger. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, if I can be helpful to you in any capacity. It's just brandon@engagio.com. You can find me on Twitter. Probably more active on LinkedIn than I am on Twitter, but you can find me on both. And of course, don't forget to check out engagio.com. All right, thanks everyone. Bye.